Hi everyone. Some of you may know, or some of you may not know, that we do mid-season releases a couple times a year, and we just had a bunch of new books released March 1st, and I wanted to show you some of them. So these are starting with the youngest kids books and moving up. This is Woodland Friends. I believe we also have Ocean Friends. This is an adorable book that is a board, but like a soft board that is great for your youngest kiddos. Really, really adorable. This is one of our new books that I'm really excited about. This is Michelle Nelson-Schmidt. She did the What If Monster book that some of you may be familiar with, which is all about handling anxiety. This is What If I Know My Feelings. There's also one about opposites, but I've been waiting for a book like this because I want a simple book that has pictures of emotions and also how to deal with them, and this is perfect. So it says, what if I feel happy? I can smile at others. But what if I feel sad? I can find someone to talk to. So it identifies those emotions. Really simple pictures, simple color contrast for kids to look at. And then at the end, it's like, yay, we know our feelings. Just a really, really adorable, simple board book that is very much needed. And I'm glad that we offer it now. This is another adorable book for younger kids, but does have a good amount of information. So this is great for preschoolers as well, or even a little older. This is I Do It Like This. So this talks about the way that we do daily tasks versus animals. So you can see the inside's really cute. So it says around the world animals are making noises, moving around, da-da-da-da-da. Some people are the same and some are very different. So how do you eat? This is all about how different animals eat versus how kids eat. See, how do you eat? And the whole book is basically like, this is how do you move and then how different animals move. So super, super cute. This does have paper pages, so this is more of a storybook as opposed to a board book. We have something really cool and new. This is the Nibbles calendar. Nibbles is a character. We have several books. If you haven't seen one, you really should because it's adorable. Now we offer this magnetic calendar. This is $14.99 and you can hook it up or you can stick it somewhere. And it comes with all of these magnetic pieces. And as you can see, you can post them on the board, so it's days of the week, but it also has feelings, what you're planning on doing today, what the date is. It comes with a little chart if you want to kind of use that. I think it's super cool and fun for kids. That way they can start working on some of their preschool type of things that they need to work on. So this is a book I'm super excited. This came back out of the vault. This was a book that we had for a while and then it went away and now it's back. This is The Prince and the Witch and the Thief and the Bears. It's got a funny long name and I will explain why. This is a story and you've got a father, which I love that it's the dad telling the story. There you go. And he's telling the story with his kids, but he and his children make up the story as they go along. So throughout the book, you can see that they interject and they ask a lot of questions and they add on to the story. So it's super interactive, it's super silly. It reminds me a lot of The Princess Bride, actually. So if you're a fan of that book, that movie and that book, then you would love this. Definitely a great book to read with your kids, super interactive and funny. If you're looking for a poetry book, we finally have a poetry book. This is Otter, Snails, and Tadpole Tales. This is by Eric Odie, who did Dan the Taxi Man and Too Many Tomatoes and several of our other books that I really like. And these are little poems all about different animals. If you have a kiddo that loves nature, they're gonna love this book. And I think it's really nice to introduce kids to verse, and the rhyming and the lilt of poetry is really great for helping kids learn and understand language as well. So this is great. We have a new Shine a Light book. This is Shine a Light at the Library, and I'm gonna show it to you now without trying to blind you. If you're not familiar with the Shine a Light books, they have pictures behind each page. So it's a nonfiction book and it has information. This one happens to have one all about the library. And then behind the pages, I always have difficulty showing these. You can see that you can see the kids back there. There's always a hidden image. So if your kids love the library and love reading, you're gonna love this Shine a Light. We have tons of other ones too. We have lots with animals and dinosaurs and stuff. This one is not super new, but it's new to our family and I just got it. So this is What's Below. This is a pop-down book, and that's what I think is cool about this. This is a nonfiction book, and instead of pop-up, everything happens below. So it's like what happens below the canopy or below the earth. And I just wanted to show it to you guys because I just think it's super, super neat what's below. Those of you guys that have life-size animals, we now have life-size dinosaurs. This is a big book, and the reason is because it's supposed to be so that kids can compare different size things. These are supposed to be what the actual sizes of things are. So I'll show you the inside so you can compare different dinosaur eggs and they can see what the actual size of it was. Look at that. Huge. If you have a dinosaur lover, this is an absolute must. Life-size animals is also really, really cool if you have an animal lover as well. This is another book I've been waiting for a long time. This is a sports book. Obviously now we're getting into books for older kids. I get asked all the time if we have sports books for kids, and we in the past haven't, but now we do. We have a really cool sports book with lots of facts and in it, and it's nice and glossy for your older kids that love sports and love information. You can see it's got just about every sport. It's got information about it. It's got stats. It's got different players in it. So if you are looking for that boy or girl gift and they love sports and you've been missing out on this, here you go. Fast Fact Sports. It's also only $7.99, which is great. And the last one I have, this is like one of my hands down favorites. This is our new Turn Weather. Ta-da! Turn and Learn, it's called. Turn and Learn Weather. This is a great science book for science lovers. I get a lot of questions from my kids about, you can see each page turns. I just think it's super cool. And it has all different information about storms and sun and clouds and rainbows, climate. This is a book I could read it with my kids now and they would enjoy little pieces of it. So I don't want to say it's only for older kids, but if they're going to be reading it individually, I would say it's got to be like 8 and up. But super cool, very interactive. Turn and Learn Weather. Hope you enjoyed that preview.